some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, it's our main event between the Buffalo Bills and our home team. How you get, everybody? Brock Ewan and Kate Scott with you up in the booth. And Brock, we have a very intriguing matchup of quarterbacks ahead in this contest today.
This is going to be so good, so entertaining because these QBs are so talented, both of them. They don't need any more of an incentive than this because after the game, you know they love to meet up in midfield, right? Well, one of them is going to be making that hard, begrudging handshake with cameras on. The other is going to wear a big smile because he knows what it takes to beat the QB on the other side.
For teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's week 11. Young on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. They're led out by one of the faces of this sport, Brock, a one-of-one quarterback. He graduated from humble beginnings in Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Allen taken right to the air. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. On the sneak, it's Allen. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
All set to go now from the 35. On 1st down, Allen drops it off to Cook. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. And it's Carson Schlesinger who got over there for the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
We'll call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Pulled in by his back, Cook. This is not going to get it done on 3rd down. They catch it behind the line. This goes for a loss. They go to punt on 4th down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. This will be grabbed at the 5. And he gets him what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And it's their 5th-year quarterback leading the charge.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Now the first carry for Quinshon Judkins. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. They'll go play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Catch made over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Go! 70 Lions! Go!
He's dropping back to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
60 Bison! 60 Bison!
Here's Judkins on second down. Stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Pushing the pace right away to start the game.
It's a gain of 11. And an Oklahoma City first down. First and 10.
To throw here on first down. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that means first down.
Oklahoma City first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hold this one away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
18 Cardinal! Go!
Shotgun handoff here for Jenkins. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
To the air on third and long. All the left side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bills is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Ready? Bronco waiting!
Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, you got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
Here we go! Viking 18! Cup 19!
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Skip. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's third down.
Set up! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Set up!
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long. one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will get them on the board.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. Early momentum with that field goal.
3 on the board, and now he'll send this one sailing. Young on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bills and Khalil Shakir headed out on offense now. And he's in the midst of a phenomenal season. Right now you can see he's second in the league in touchdown receptions. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Hand off to Cook here out of the zone read. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffle around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
This is brought in by Coleman. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Bills, 1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Bills.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Just 3-0 is our score. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at 1st down here. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he'll make his way through for a pickup of 4.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Play action now with Allen. Finds his fullback. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down. This is a designed run for Allen. This gets the 1st and more. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a gain of 22. And the Bills have a 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about quarterback that could do what he just did. Choke the ball himself for a big run.
Look out, Brown 80!
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on 1st down. There was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty, and we move on to 2nd.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Completed over the middle. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st. All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. Aubrey puts it through. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And they sure looks clean throwing that football the last drive, didn't they? And that's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their game plan. Get that passing game going early, pick up some mo, while both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for them, too.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Handoff now to Judkins. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that gives him the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going now on first down. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Complete over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 32.
Here we go. 7 Cowboy 80.
They're going to try and throw it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So it'll be second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Set. 60 Bison.
Again to throw on second. Caught out wide. And he's going to be touched down from that spot, which means the effort makes it first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's first and goal.
Ready. After 6.
From the red zone on first. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week. Continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Judkins. Can't quite pass that line. They stuck him at the 3. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Got to manage 3 yards here. Third and goal.
18 Cardinal. 19 Lion.
You can do it.
Working now from the gun. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. The Thunderbirds get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds break that tie and now lead by 7. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. So Coach Sean McDermott sending his Bills offense back to the field. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. It's Allen out of the pistol. Finds him on the crossing route. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line.
That's good for Bills. 1st down. 1st and 10.
1st down throw for Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 16 yards.
To the air again, Allen. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger. And the ThunderBirds take over as he records his 10th career INT.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time when they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down now, they need 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Looking in the air here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at a 4th down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
One of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Bills offense takes over. Not much time remaining in the half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Allen now on 1st down. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can come in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
So entering the locker room, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. 10 weeks have come and gone. The temperature's starting to dip a little bit here in November. Lots to show you. Let's talk about it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers at home to take on the Raiders in the AFC West. And it's Justin Herbert. From there, let's go out to Denver, checking in on the Broncos. They're playing host to the Miami Dolphins. And this is the Dolphins wideout. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. A 55-yard touchdown. The Dolphins run their winning streak to 5 straight as they get another W. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Detroit Lions. And it's Jordan Addison. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Lions get it done on the road as they come away with the win. With that, time for a look at the rest of the action going on here in week number 11 in the NFL's regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive, the second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 6 Warriors, 17.
They'll throw to start the drive. Couldn't find a completion on first down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Back to the air they go on second down. A little of a screen pass for Judkins. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. This game right here, partner, has been a really good demonstration of why they value this guy beyond his running ability. Look at what he brings to their passing game as well.
Yeah, tremendous boost for the offense and a tremendous nightmare for this defense.
Let's go. Rocco 80, 19 Lions. Go. Ready.
Go play action on first down. Brought in right side. On the move, past the 40. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down, play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Connects on the crosser. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down to the 16-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's such a good example, Kate. You don't have to be an elite runner to be a good thrower of the football on the run. The same fundamentals, the attention to detail to be a good pocket passer, they show up on the run as well. That's an excellent job getting the completion.
From the gun, Judkins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Catch made over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
65 cat, go!
Throwing off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
18, right here. 72 to look.
2nd and goal, they're going to throw. And cut in the end zone for the touchdown. The ThunderBirds grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Now, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one right down the middle. And the ThunderBirds take a 3-possession lead.
Bills 3.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Young on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bills and Khalil Shakir headed out on offense now. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in, week out. Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Playing it left side with Cook. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pulled in by his back, Cook. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Allen on 3rd and short. That's caught for the 1st. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Buffalo 1st.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Now hold on a moment, folks. You got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Just give this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay.
He's going to keep this one. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. 1st and 10 from the 43.
Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Now it's Cook. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. New set of downs for him from the 31. Going to the ground again on 1st. Good hit on the grounds here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Allen setting up play action. Brought in close to the 8. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. They send a tight end in motion. Cook does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to his safety on that one right there, Cage. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's second and goal. They go to him again. And he will not get in. The defense holds. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. Need a touchdown here as they line up for third and goal. Another one for Cook. And this is going to end behind the line, Brock. A great stop down in close. Now let's see if they want to risk it here on fourth and goal.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
And this is Cox. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills start the second half with some needed points. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. He showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth.
Okay, ready?
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Start this drive. Flush out now to his left. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And he gets through for a 7-yard gain. A tackle made at the 47.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something, but go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Taking a chance at the end zone. Somebody there, and he knocks it away. Couldn't connect for it all on that first down. So back to the drawing board they go for second. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
John Kitts up the middle. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. Doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them because they proved last drive they couldn't.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Big strike downfield to Coleman. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play.
It's a gain of 32. And the Bills' 1st down.
Throwing here, Allen. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be a yard shy of the 1st as they force him out after the gain of 9.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm. But these outcuts, it is so imperative. And the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the 6. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now Allen. Hits his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Play action now, Allen. Into traffic, complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Offense to the line fast.
1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Bills.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delayed game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Allen to throw. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. After the incompletion, 2nd down calls ready.
Brings up 2nd down and 15.
To the air again, Allen. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Allen on 3rd down. Brought in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. And he has the Buffalo touchdown. The Bills now within 1 score in the 4th. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills get it back to within 6. Here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Another drive coming up for this offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. The play fake, he'll throw. Buying some time right. He just throws this one away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Judkins running between the tackles. And he's going to look ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
On the set.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Set. Hawk 7, go.
He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. And let the cover guys go shut it down.
And that reaches the 35, but no further as it caroms out of bounds. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. Allen now on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. All right, that's going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2nd down, Allen throwing again. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the ThunderBirds make the play that should win them this game. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Set. 19, time. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Check out.
The give, here's Judkins. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
Yards on the play. And an Oklahoma City 1st down.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. 19, 19, Cardinals. 19, Cardinals.
Judkins can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Time with Judkins. And he's in for the touchdown. The ThunderBirds go up by 12 in the 4th. And on a close game. They needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late.
What we say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call, throwing it for 2. That risk pays off.
After the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So Coach Sean McDermott sending his Bills offense back to the field. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. First call here coming from the shotgun. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Back to the air. Allen. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now to throw. This is brought in by Coleman. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Again, Allen to the air. Another one caught by Coleman. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. To throw again, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's a gain of 7.
Allen going to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That's another Bills first down.
And they spike the football as we get down under 50 seconds to play. With 45 seconds showing on that clock, it's 2nd and 10. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. With 45 seconds showing on that clock, it's 2nd and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He completes it in traffic. And this one does not go far.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
Looking to throw it. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just 30 seconds to go. They're down a score. Their only shot is getting the football back.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Go!
Sign quarterback run here. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start, all about how you finish.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our